girl Dominique. I am back at you. The secret to feminine energy. Why feeling safe changes everything, ladies? Why does it changes things? What does it look like? Well, come on in the room. I am drinking my blood detox tea tonight. I think this is a warm wood candle. Smells amazing. I'm gonna light that, and we're going to get started. So, welcome back, my beautiful wellness warriors. It's tea time after dark. Tea time after dark. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something that I think we don't talk about enough: feminine energy and feeling safe. Feminine energy and feeling safe is what we're going to be talking about tonight. What does it really mean for a woman to feel safe? Come on in the room. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. And welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to give you guys a second before I get started. I was a little late, like always. I try to be on time, guys, but I have so much going on just as well as you do. But however, we are going to continue with this tea time after dark. I have really been looking forward to hanging out with you guys. I look forward to every Friday, and I enjoy every moment of it. So go get your tea, get your candle. I'm burning warm wood tonight, and we're going to get started. So, feminine energy and feeling safe. What does it really mean for a woman to feel safe? You guys might want to take some notes. In order for a woman to feel safe, it must start emotionally first. You start with yourself, healing yourself emotionally, and all of that stuff. So it comes from within first, feeling emotionally safe, healing within yourself, mental, physical, and financially. So remember on Feminine Health and Wellness, guys, we talk about the feminine health and feminine wellness. We talk about health. We talk about the overall the overall health of everyone, your mental, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual being. We talk about the overall self. Hi, welcome in. Yes, hi, welcome in. Yes, feminine energy. Feminine energy, guys. That's what we're talking about tonight. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We're going to get into it. So feminine energy and feeling safe, what does it look like? It looks like emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially, you must have all of those intact in order to feel 100% safe within your feminine energy. It doesn't stop you from being feminine, but it gives you that confidence and knowing that you are what it is that you are here to be, which is a feminine being walking in your feminine energy with that confidence. Okay, with that confidence and knowing that you are that girl, right? Yes. So, emotionally, what does that look like? It starts with yourself, like I said before you came in the room. Emotionally, it starts with yourself, your emotional healing, your other country. Yes, so it looks like healing within your own self, your emotional self, before you get involved with anyone else. It starts with you self. It starts with yourself. It starts with that mental clarity, knowing that you are healed, that you are confident, and you are walking in your feminine energy. And physically, it comes with not just the, dressing feminine or, exercising or dancing or anything of that nature. It comes also with that from a physical aspect of being in your feminine energy and being safe as well. And financially, ladies, I know, in these YouTube streets, they always talk about, women and money and different things like that. But you cannot fully feel safe if you are in struggle mode, ladies. If you are in struggle mode, if you're living from paycheck to paycheck, you are living in survival mode, you cannot fully feel safe in your feminine energy. When you have these four categories intact, I am not saying that you should be it should have 100% intact, but you should have these different four areas intact in order for you to feel safe. Nobody makes you feel safe. You make your own self feel safe first by healing mentally, emotionally, and physically, and having your finances in order. And I'm not saying that you need to be rich. I'm not saying that you need to have, a six-figure job or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that getting rid of your debt, getting rid of, having some type of savings, being confident and making sure that you can take care of yourself before you're looking for someone else to take care of you. Okay. So what does feeling safe in feminine energy really means? What does it mean? Feeling safe isn't just being protected or from physical, danger. It doesn't mean that feeling safe, and that from that perspective. Um, Feeling safe as a woman means that you're feeling emotionally safe, right? It is also being able to be yourself without constantly being judged. Express your feelings without um, being dismissed. Trust the people around you. Know that you do not always have to be the strong one. Feminine energy is not always being the strong one. I hate that saying, the strong black woman. I really, really despise that saying because it's almost like we don't, we as black women, and I hate to make it a black or white or whatever thing, but we as black women um, do not have feelings, or we do not, we're so strong that, we don't need anybody or anything like that. I hate that saying because we do, as black women, we do need someone. But when it comes to the person that we need, we want that person that is meant for us, that person that is going to do to continue to make us feel safe. That is the type of person that we are needing and asking for in our life. It doesn't mean that we're so strong that we don't want anyone to be a part of our lives. And I hate that whole misconception. I hate that whole saying about, strong black woman. So knowing that you don't always have to be the strong one. Safety allows a woman to excel. And you're going to just, I'm good. I can walk in fully in my feminine energy. I can feel safe, in the space that I am in. And I don't have to worry about whether this person is going to protect me, physically, mentally, or spiritually, or even financially. Just knowing that that person, it could be in a relationship, it could be a friendship, it can be in any kind of ship situation that you are desiring, you still will not feel safe unless these areas are, kept, so to speak, when it comes to the emotional, the mental, and the physical, and the financial areas in your life. Okay, so safety allows a woman to excel, right? So when you constantly feel like you have to protect yourself, you become guarded, you become defensive, and you also come emotionally exhausted. So, if you have a girlfriend or anything like that, or a woman, she's going to be mentally exhausted, not just mentally exhausted, but physically exhausted as well. And so that is the key sign that she is not walking in safety. She is not walking fully in her feminine energy because she is extremely exhausted. Remember, guys, I talked about this on another video about, walking in your feminine energy and what does that look like. It is being, it is receiving. Feminine energy is a receiving energy. So you're receiving love, you are receiving, that emotional support. You are receiving, everything is receiving. It's receptible, right? So the connection between survival mode and feminine energy, what are those connections? So if you ever felt like you've always had to be strong, that is the connection between survival and feminine energy, right? So the connection, those are the two connections. So if you're asking yourself that question, am I walking in safety? Am I walking fully in my feminine energy? If this question is a yes, then you're probably not walking in your feminine energy. How have you ever felt like you've always had to be the strong one? You don't feel safe and you're not walking in your full feminine energy, right? Because full feminine energy is confidence. Walking in that confidence, knowing that you're that girl, knowing that everything in your world is safe and you are okay. Always solving the problem. Ladies, step back, stop solving the problem. Do not solve the problem. It is, if you are trying to solve the problem, the connection between survival mode and feminine energy, if this is a yes, then you are not walking in a safe feeling of feminine energy. Also, always taking care of everybody. I know we have been told that that is something that women should do. We should take care of everybody before we take care of ourselves. We should not outwardly saying it, but internally saying it. Nobody's saying that, we have to leave ourselves out, but the expectation of what is expected of us as women makes us feel like we have to take care of everybody else as a woman. But I'm here to tell you, stop exhausting yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically. It is not your job to take care of everybody. If your cup is empty, you cannot fill anybody else's cup, right? You have to fill your cup up, keep your cup full and running over. You cannot take care of your husband, your loved one, your kids, or anything if you are exhausted. And if you think that you can, keep on living. Keep living, ladies, because guess what? At some point in time, you're going to start having some type of physical ailments that is associated with all of that emotional exhaustion that you are, doing and giving and all of that stuff. You will most definitely 100% for sure start having diseasements because of that. So be mindful of that. It's going to start affecting your blood pressure. It's going to start affecting your health. It's going to start affecting your weight. Remember, cortisone, stress and cortisone. Your cortisone start getting high. Your weight start going up. Emotionally exhausted, stress. All of that is key, and it go hand in hand, ladies. Just keep in mind that if you are in that survival mode, that is what you're going to be experiencing. Always anticipating what could go wrong, and also, and when you consistently is in survival mode, it is difficult to feel soft, playful, receptive, or at ease. I'm going to say that again. If you are constantly in your survival mode, it is so, so, so difficult to feel soft, have playfulness, and receptive. Okay, your body and mind are focused on getting through the day, not enjoying the moment. And that is what we lose ourselves at, ladies. We are supposed to be just flowing through the day, enjoying the moment, enjoying our lives, stress free as possible. Okay, so but when you begin to feel safe, something starts to shift. You're going to know that shift. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to feel more rested. You're not going to have your guards up. You're going to be less guarded, less defensive, less argumentative, and less everything. Okay, less angry, less stressed. That is the results of you feeling safe and walking in your feminine energy. And so it is okay to have room to breathe. It's okay to have room to rest. And it's okay to feel. At some time or another, some in certain situations, women feel like they don't have time to have feelings for themselves and how they are feeling about certain situations because they are too busy worrying about how everybody else feel, that they lose feelings and space for their own selves. Okay, so that you don't have room to just simply be in your feminine energy. That's how you know that you are in survivor mode. Okay, so feminine energy can look like, what can it look like when you feel safe? What can feminine energy look like when you feel safe? Okay, so when a woman feels safe, she doesn't necessarily become weak. She becomes more of herself. And what I mean by that confidence, that playfulness, the joy, the she's going to be glowing. Her intuition is going to be even stronger. And she's going to, feel way more confident, way more confident. So more confidence, more joy, more compassion, and without feeling constantly drained. So what feminine energy can look like when you feel safe? This is what it looks like, ladies. This is what it looks like. Being open to love, open to and receptive to opportunities. Um, the ability to rest without feeling guilty. Some ladies feel so guilty if they have to, if they're tired and they can't, do whatever they need to do for their families or their husbands or their loved ones. They have a tendency to feel guilty. If you are in that space, you need to step back, reflect, and reset yourself because it is not your job, ladies. It is not your job to feel guilty because you're tired. Your job is to take care of your mental, your physical, and your emotional health so you can continue to be in your feminine energy and to feel safe. Okay. Um, Feminine energy is not forced. You don't have to force femininity, right? You create an environment where your natural femininity qualities can come forward. So if you're tired and exhausted and all of that stuff, you're not feeling confident, you're not feeling joy, you're not feeling peace, your intuition is not working fully at 100%. So you're not seeing the red flags. You're not even seeing the green flags if you're overly exhausted. You're not creating. Your creativity is dying or dead or lack of because you are not walking in the environment where your natural qualities can come forward, right? Feminine energy and feeling safe, all of that comes naturally within women. But if you are not, if you're not coming up in with any creative ideas, then that means that you might need to go back, reset, and look at some of the things that I have talked about early on and pull away from that, reset, go and have some type of self-care, self-love to reset your mind, your body, and your spirit. How to stay in that energy? How do you stay in that energy when life is so busy? You have work, you have kids, you have a husband or significant other or whatever it is that you are dealing with in your world. How do you stay in that energy of feeling confident, um, 100% intuition? What does that look like? Once you experience the sense of safety, feeling safe, remember, emotionally, physically, financially safe, you have to learn how to protect it, protect your peace. That's one thing that I am so keen on. I'm not going to be in the presence of anybody where my peace is not at peace, I should say, or my mind, my body, and my soul is not at peace. Choose relationships where you are respected, heard, and valued. Respected, heard, and valued. Okay? Create boundaries without feeling guilty for having them. Please create boundaries. When somebody crosses your boundaries, ladies or gentlemen, when somebody crosses your boundaries, set them. That person should respect them. And if they don't, I cut them off. I'm sorry. I cut them off. Because I feel like if you cannot respect my boundaries, you don't respect me. However, take care of your physical and mental well being. Remember, on this channel, I'm taking care of the physical. I am, showing you guys and teaching you guys how to use different herbs and supplements and stuff like that to continue to, build on your health journey. That is, where I'm here. Mentally, meditate, pray, continue to be in a space of peace. Protect your peace, and that's going to help you, stay in an environment where you continue to feel safe. Okay, so take care of your mental and your physical. Okay, so we're going to work towards financial stability so that you can have a strong foundation. Okay. Pay attention to the environment you allow yourself to stay in. Stop allowing yourself to be subjected to uh, drama, toxicity, situationships, and any kind of ships that don't serve you. Remove yourself from those situations, lady. Then you're going to ask yourself, does this relationship make me feel safe or continuously on the edge? If you are in a relationship and you have to walk on eggshells with this guy, then he's probably not going to be for you. Does this environment allows me to be myself? Be your authentic self, ladies. Stop pretending to be something that you're not. Be your authentic self. Always be in your authentic self, no matter what that other person is doing and being. And so I am constantly, if you're constantly surviving, or do I actually have room to live? So if you're constantly in survival mode, you might need to readjust your finances. You might need to get a better job. Stop buying, so many things from Amazon. Stop buying so many things from all of these other sites. You might need to cut back, reevaluate your situation, especially if you are living in survival mode. Okay. So the connection back to femininity. So feminine energy isn't just about having that cute little dress on. It's not about that. It is about the energy that you exude from the inside. It is about the confidence that you walk in. I can't get my words right, y'all. It's about the confidence that you walk in. That is the feminine energy that you exude. And the way that you get to that, ladies, is that you protect your peace. You make sure that you are in safe situations, right? You make sure that you are meditating. You make sure that you're taking out time for yourself with self-care, self-love, and most of all, another way to elevate and to raise your feminine energy is to dance. No, it sounds crazy, but it is also always true. Dancing raises your feminine energy. Okay, I'm not talking about the drop it like it's hot type of music. I'm talking about the Asian type music, instrumental music that you can just dance and flow to. It raises your feminine energy. Okay, and it isn't about performing a certain version of womanhood. I'm from Georgia. Welcome to the live. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget, I am on a journey to I want 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. So please, subscribe to the channel, like, put thumbs up. I'm just ratting on, guys. I'm sorry about that. But subscribe to the channel. That is the challenge that I am challenging myself to. If you like this content, put the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and please put a comment in, put something in the comments, okay? All right. So feminine energy is also about having the freedom to express yourself when you aren't consistently operating from a fear or a survival mode. Feminine energy is about having freedom to express yourself when you aren't constantly operating from fear or survival. Okay. And then what I'm talking about, guys, is the connection back to, feminine energy. If you feel like you are not in your feminine energy, how do you connect back to it? That is what I'm talking about. When you feel safe, you can soften without becoming powerless. You can be open without being negative. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry about that, guys. Somebody was chiming in. All right. You can become passionate without abandoning yourself, and you can receive. You can receive without feeling guilty. Receive the love, receive the gifts, receive everything. Don't feel guilty because you deserve it. You are worthy of it, and know that you are. You can set boundaries and still remain feminine. You don't have to yell, scream, or shout. State your boundaries in a respectful manner. If that person do not respect you, then they probably not going to respect you ever. However, welcome to the live. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel from India. Thank you. You can be strong and still allow yourself to rest. It is nothing wrong with saying I'm tired. It is nothing wrong with saying that I need a break. It is nothing wrong with saying no. That part, nothing at all, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing wrong with saying no. So here's what I want you to remember. Feminine energy isn't something you chase. It is something to create space for, right? So the more safer you feel within yourself and within your environment, the easier it is to become and to show up your authentic self. Okay. You don't have to force yourself to be softer. It's gonna exude. You don't have to. It's not a forced situation. You don't have to act soft. It's gonna come. All right. You don't have to pretend that you are okay when you're not. If you are sad, I'm sad. If I'm mad, I'm mad. If I don't want to do it, just know that it is okay, and you have to be okay with that as yourself. Okay, within yourself. You don't have to. I'm sorry about that. God, every time I get on, somebody want to chime in or call or something like that. Sorry about that, guys. You don't have to live in survival mode forever. Sometimes becoming more feminine simply means creating enough space in your life that you finally have permission to excel. Okay, and when you excel, it can you can open, you can receive, you can trust yourself. Some of us don't even trust ourselves because we have so exhausted and so overwhelmed with other people's situations and trying to take care of everybody that we always lose ourselves. Okay. You can trust yourself, you can love, you can rest, and you can shine. Because if you are feeling safe in your feminine energy, you're going to have that glow. You're going to walk with confidence and all of that stuff. So I want you to ask yourself this question. What makes you feel safe to be your authentic self? Work on that. That's a journal prompt that you guys can put in your journal. What makes you feel safest to in your authentic self? What makes you feel safest in your authentic self? Okay. I love to hear your thoughts in the comments about that particular prompt. And I want to say, you guys, I thank you so much for joining me for Tea Time After Dark. I am not going to stay long, but I love, love, love to hear you guys' comments and questions and all of that good stuff. And don't forget, I am doing a 30-day challenge, 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. Thumbs up the live, subscribe to the channel. And this is your girl, Dominique. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me for Tea Time After Dark. Until next time, I can't get my words right today, guys. I guess I've been talking all day long in that classroom. My voice is tired, okay? So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I love you guys. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I want to say bye for now.